So, the difference that the form of a medication can make. I just want to say that right now, before we really get going, I think this is very important for me to let you guys in on because the reason I've not been on very much as of late and not very long is not because I had a problem with the growth of the stream or anything like that. I've been on, I've done content creation for years now, and I know that there are just periods of time where you may spin your wheels or something like that, and that's never really bothered me. But what actually did get me this time, I got my three little trios down there. I'm sorry, guys. You're not part of this one. I'm sorry. What got me was my medication for anxiety. Let me explain. What happened was I got off of it because I didn't think I needed it anymore, and then eventually I figured out that I did. So, I get back onto it. That's no problem. And I go and pick up my first round of the medication again. And they give it to me as a tablet. What's up, Asher? I'm just kind of recounting this tale because it's got a happy ending now. So they give it to me as a tablet, which I'd been taking capsules for a while. And that's all that they had, and I didn't really think anything of it. So I start taking them, and I think I'm like about 2.5 like months in, and I just start realizing that like I just start losing my drive to do stuff like around like 3 or 4 o'clock. Actually, closer to like 5. I think 5 is really when it is. 3 or 4 is just a little bit of tiredness. And I was racking my brain about why. Why? Was it the medication or what? And then I just had a random thought in my head that like I was taking capsules up until the last time. And now I'm taking tablets. And I asked my doctor, I was like, hey, is it possible that a tablet can hit your system differently than it can hit a capsule? And he responded, yes. In fact, I'm willing to go ahead and write you a script for capsules because this may help you with what you've been experiencing. So I'm in my second day. Let's see, I'm sleep deprived as hell. I got 30 minutes of sleep last night. Well, that's the thing, is that here's the thing, is that it's very hard to explain, is that I had enough energy to be up till 10 or later. That wasn't the problem. It was just having the motivation to do anything. But I'm 2 days in to taking these capsules, and right now, I'm feeling decent. I feel good enough to do this for a little bit. So, what are we going to be doing? Well, Nightwave is just about over, and I have been championing this round of Nightwave for a while because I currently believe that it's the best remix version that they've ever done. The rewards were all incredible. You ain't holding back on this, baby. Because she gave us some of the coolest stuff. Let's see. We got the Operator Emissary suit collection. That's a huge fucking thing. We got the Gamma color scheme, which is pretty cool. We got these Fracta shoulder guards. The Saturn 6 armor bundle. So pretty much through and then the Spore Ephemera. So just from that stuff, we got the best of what the main story-based Nightwave stuff had ever given us. Pretty much the best stuff. But then they added these end tier items, which are the Fabled Gene Masking Kit, which allows you to turn your Kubro into one of these guys, which is awesome. And in addition to that, a Drifter suit at the very end. And now, I may not use the Drifter suit, but I am not going to let it slip away from me. So tonight, we are going to finish Nightwave. And it seems like this is the rotation to do it, because we actually have a lot of really good missions, like Antiquarian and Rise of the Machine are both very easy. So 14, yeah, that would do it. If we just do both of these, then we're done.
That's all from me.
So I'm happy about that, especially because, like, we're getting another Umbral format. I think that'll make number 5 in my inventory, but I'm super excited. Oh, and Asher, we got to get together and do some Pokemon related stuff, because I've been experimenting around with some stuff, and I think I may be able to turn a few hacked mons that I received into something that's good enough to... Because it's good enough to get into home right now. It's just... there's a little change that can be made that I think that would just be like, oh, this is... Yeah, but we'll go over that later. I may or may not switch into something else, depending on how everything goes. But for right now, we want to do one of every type of relic. So let's see if we can get some good missions. Okay, so we got... we could do Sabotage. If it is a home tracker, don't touch, I can't touch height or weight. Okay. That's fine. Because I think I figured it out, pretty much. If you don't want a, home tracker, actually messed with, you can't alter stuff that you couldn't alter by yourself in the game. But there is one thing that I want to try for something else, though. Alright, I'm back. Because, like, I got some certain mons that just do not have a first met location, and I think I figured out why. So I may try to experiment with that to legitimize it, because it has... they all have home trackers, so they can actually get into home and get out of it. So I find that pretty interesting, but there's a little detail that I think may be able to be altered that can fix that, because, like, I think I know what the difference is, like what to change.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look.
But that's the thing, though, is that I am very much a tinkerer because of stuff like Pokégen in the chest.
Your target is this location's computer system. Find and access the terminal.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind that, Asher. Just, like, if you could tell me exactly, like, what is not even a chance of hell, like, chance in hell of being changed. It's gonna be a big-ass wall up on the screen, and it's alright. I do not mind trading theories and everything like that. Although there is one thing that I may ask for your help with, because if I can't do what I'm thinking, I may be able to just do something slightly more easy? Maybe? We'll just have to see. But, like, I have a few ideas of stuff that I want to do.
Your target is the reactor. The reactor will have tight security.
Like,
Watch out for enemy patrols.
the big, like, actually, I'll let you go ahead and finish whatever you want to, though, Asher. Because I don't want to add more stuff for you to type as you're typing. But for right now, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of everything in this mission and complete the objective. Because this is one of 4 relics that I've got to crack in order to get our first 7,000 points. And then, believe it or not, the 300 enemies without dying, that's not that hard. Even where I think we're going, like, it's not that hard.
That's the reactor. Expose its core and destroy it. Target destroyed. Proceed to the extraction point.
Like, I'm so tempted to just ask random shit, but I know Asher is typing, so I'm just like, just hold it. Just let him get his first thoughts out first. And then you can start chipping away at other things. But I know Asher's up for pretty much anything. So if I present him with a, like, ooh, or something like that, or just a, actually, yeah, that's possible. Like, I don't think there's a doubt as to whether or not we'll do it. It's just a when we'll get around to it. And now that I'm actually feeling like, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna last tonight, but the fact that night 2, I felt like actually coming online and doing something, I think it's great as far as that goes. Hopefully we can get done with this mission. Well, actually, we're just on our way to extraction, so even if the message does pop up, I can still read it and run to extraction at the same time. Okay, cool. We done. Yeah! Yeah! Do that dance. Do that dance. Well, hello there. Someone made a little bit more of an investment than I did. Because, like I said, I'm not cracking relics for anything specifically. I don't need to. Like, if I get something cool from somebody or myself, that's nice. But I mean, honestly, most of this is probably, any of these prime parts are going to ducats. Because, like, I mean, what can I say? I get the prime shit with traded plat whenever it comes out. So let's figure out our second relic to crack. So we need a tier 2. It's all mobile defense, so it really doesn't matter where we go. So I'm picking here. Do we have any pre-cooked? Like I said, I'm not really... Ooh, that would be a shock if we got that. If I pulled out a fucking Saren Prime blueprint on some motherfuckers... Uh-oh. Stress test? Stress test. That's what we're about to do.
Each enemy is more powerful than before.
Like,
Only
I think Asher knows what I would like to try to do.
Open a relic.
And to be honest, he could probably be like, dude, if you just want to do that, then just fucking do this. To legalize a mod so blatantly broken data-wise, I need to change stuff that makes Home Tracker invalid, so those are worthless. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean,
Find a terminal.
like I said, they're just there right now. But, my question for you would be,
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit.
with the current state
Open a relic.
of Pokemon right now,
A relic. Find
and with me dealing with the Nintendo DS and 3DS Microsoft Special Edition and everything like that, would it be possible to trade up somehow the actual, like, legendary dogs, shiny legendary dogs from the GameStop event, all the way from, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver to hypothetically actual Pokemon Bank? Because I assume that there's gotta be a digital, like, equivalent, or a emulator type equivalent to get to just about all the stuff that you would need to. And technically transfer and everything like that and bank and all that is still up. So I wonder how hard that would actually be, or how many steps one would have to go to or go through at this point. I just think it's interesting that despite that one particular error, and I know what the error actually is for them, for them to actually even still be able to go into and come out of home, it's just interesting to me. But I heard not too long ago that a shit ton of people actually got DQ'd from, like, major championship events because their shit was genned. To which, I mean, it kinda doesn't matter to me. Like, oh.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
Woo! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Asher's just writing a dissertation about exactly what would be needed, or if it's possible to do anything, or if he's just like, dude, if you just want to do it, all you have to do is blank. I'm very curious to see what it would be, because, like, if Asher has a, like, Asher, if you've got a way, like, yeah, but if you're gonna say nah, I'd be like, well, if Asher's just saying no, then at that point,
Finish your mission to find
it probably ain't worth it to go that far. Because, like, technically, I've done my perfect gen like, what I would be wanting, like, this version of everything, of the, shiny legendary trio is basically for kind of nostalgia shit and giggles. Or shits and giggles. Because, that was kind of the event that started me on my path as far as, like, having my favorite Pokemon of all time. And the only thing that I wanted to do with, like, that shiny legendary doggo back in the day, that event one in the Cherish Ball,
Drop me in.
which it's
Defend our position.
technically possible, is just give it a goddamn nickname. And that's where the whole entire thing began. Because it wouldn't let me nickname it, and I was like, well, if you won't let me nickname that one, I'm making my own. But, like, at this point, though, the thing is that it just would be cool to be able to have it all come full circle.
Still working on it. Continue to defend. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Woo, shit. Test me, bitch.
Area completed. Move on.
Oh. Oh, shit. There we go. Alright, we're doing good, we're doing good. So yeah, Asher, is it possible with only basically, you know, the Microsoft DS XL 3DS Supreme Edition to get something into, home? Or is it just to the point where it's like you would need straight up hardware?
Get ready to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
It's probably one of those things where it's like you should have hung on to your hardware for just a little bit longer. Just a smidgen longer. Here we go. Y'all ain't coming anywhere near me because I said so. Woo!
Still working on it.
Missing Hope Truckers. Oh, that's the thing, though, that's so strange about it. Is that these guys have home trackers. For some reason, though, they just don't have a first met section on them at all. They go in perfectly fine. They come out perfectly fine. You can go into PK Hex, and they have an actual home tracker. Unless, for some reason, this specific event
Against us, Tenno.
is just like, nah, they don't have a fucking, they don't have a quote-unquote met by thing. Which is very strange, because I kind of digged into it, and if you're transferring anything from Gen 4 or back, into what would eventually be Pokemon Bank, and then eventually get it into Pokemon Home. Those are not fixable because of the broken data plus. Yeah. I just think it's interesting, too, that, like, they even can go into Home.
They fought well. Good dance all.
But if somebody wanted... But if somebody wanted to, Asher... If somebody wanted to get, like, a certain shiny trio... Gen... And then basically pushed all the way through to Home. Is it possible without hardware? That's all I'm asking. Like, if not, like, I can always find other ways. I don't shift from Gen 4 too much headache. Ah, you wouldn't do it for a bro. And plus, it's like 3 set, like Pokemon. There's not much like wiggling around or anything like that. It's just like literally these 3, and that's it. And there's like no other way that they can be either. So I'd almost consider that like easier. But I don't know the hurdles of the actual transfer without hardware. I can assume it's like... I assume it's one of those things that's doable, but there's steps involved. I wouldn't do it I wouldn't do it for Satan himself if offered sorcerer abilities. But would you do it if I offered you a Scooby snack? You gotta think about that now. Scooby snacks don't come around every day. You know, you just gotta really think about it a little bit. Just, you know, think about your future, you know? Sure. Take a shot in the dark with that. Yeah, I'm just gonna do regular ones now for this. For the last 2, because I think there aren't any good ones. Not even the multiverses supply of Scooby snacks. Ah, damn. Well, it's fine.
The enemies are dropping reactant. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
I was gonna say though, Asher, if you had to put your 2 cents in about the why those
You found the first resource cache.
about why those mons are actually able to go into Home at all, despite that section being incorrect, like, what would your guess be? Because I mean, like I said, they have trackers. You can go in and look. It's just, for some reason, that section on Home mobile is blank.
The portal only allows travel in one direction. Start up the portal generators to reverse the polarity.
I specifically refused to deal in Gen 4, but I guess Gen 2 is doable? Gen 2? Are we talking about, like... Virtual Console Gen 2? Or are we talking about Gen 2 Gen 2?
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit.
Like actual, like back in the day, Game Boy, like Gen 2. Unless you hit the Virtual Console. So that's doable? That's interesting. That's a thought. So you're saying you could gen something that looks like it comes from Gen 2 Virtual Console and have it arrive in bank? Or home? That, I may have to take you up on that sometime. Because that sounds kind of cool.
Open the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
I wouldn't mind being able to have a set of my favorites from the, that have the old school, like, the old school stamp and all that. It'd be pretty nice.
Big mistake, big mistake.
Like, even if they all were in Pokeballs, I think that stamp alone is just so cool to have.
Quick, pick up the key. You got the key. Now get back to the portal.
But yeah, man, if that's something you'd be willing to do, man, we may have something to talk about after the stream. Like, how specific could you get with it? Like, can you change the owner name as well?
Objective complete. The Void Key and Torsion Beam device are out of commission. The enemy will not be returning anytime soon. Tenno, there are still undiscovered supply caches in the area. You may want to locate them before leaving.
And I assume that one thing in particular is that it would all, like, well, actually, that's kind of a dumb question to ask, because, like, everything that you would gen would have to be, like, level appropriate. Because, like, Jesus, man. Gen 4 has cunty RNG because of that, they never legalized due to PID. Use a secondary tool. I'm not good at it because it's damn near RNGing. Okay. But if you're saying that you can do it with Gen 2, I mean, might be something to might talk to you about something. Oh, somebody liked my thing. Alright.
Mission complete. Excellent work.
Gen 2 has different RNG, no extra tool needed. Okay. So doing certain stuff like a shiny wouldn't be such a pain in the ass is pretty much what I'm getting. But you want to know something that I thought was really, really interesting? The corniest thing about my my big fluffy boy on my real game, like on my real games right now that I can use, that made it all the way from Gen 4 to here, and he was genned and everything like that. The way that I made him shiny was I just used a action replay code that just did shiny encounters. And it's crazy because apparently that was good enough for transfer, bank, and now home. Like, I just always thought that was kind of interesting. And I don't think I really changed that. Not really. Because, like, before I got Fortescue out of the game for the last time to make the modifications that he would need to actually go into the 3DS generation of games for Pokemon Bank. One thing that I remember that I had to actually fix was his encountered level.
Ordis wonders, why is he here? Ordis supposes everyone has to be somewhere.
I'm not playing through the whole game to use a code on it. Well, gosh dang it. Actually, the weird thing about it, oh, I'm not gonna fight you on it. I'm just gonna say I like what I like. The funny thing about it, Asher, was that was actually a combo. It was actually a combo of the two codes that you would typically use with Action Replay back in the day to get something special, basically. So it was the encounter code, and then it was the shiny code. But it turns out that because Entei was a roamer in Heart Gold, Soul Silver as well, that his encounter was possible, but just not at level 5 like I made him. So all I did was pop in to, and this wasn't even Hex. I think this was Pokégen that I used back in the day. I used that to just say that he was met at level 40. And that was it. Also, often those codes do make them illegal PID-wise. It's just invisible unless PK hexing. I may have done something else, too. Because I remember, like... I remember Pokégen actually did have, like, a whole ass, like, algorithm thing that it would actually do to try and get you, like, legit IDs. And I always thought that that was kind of interesting. I was like, dang, this thing's working overtime.
Later.
But anyway, we're going to go for the last relic. See if we can get a good one. Yeah. Mortar.
Look out for reactant. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic.
I gotcha.
You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you would ever be interested in helping a brother out, I would not say no if you offered to be like, you want something ginned, bro? I'd be like, okay.
That's it. You opened the
I
relic.
wonder how much
Finish your mission and
longer
take a look inside.
Pokemon Bank will actually even still be open for. Now that I think about it. Because, I mean, they still gotta announce, like, the actual closure of it. Like, so far, they've just made, like, a really strong recommendation. It's like, y'all should get your stuff transferred
Well done.
when you got the time, man. So, like, I know it's gotta come down at some point, but at the same time, like, part of me wonders a little bit, like, does it actually have to come down? Like, does it really? Like, I'm no rocket surgeon or anything like that, but I don't know, just, like, if it's not something that's just, like, being used so often, then, like, what's the big deal? All I know is that, like, whenever the date is finally announced, like, dude, people are gonna be fighting tooth and nail to get their stuff, like, finally transferred. Dreamers!
There just is no holding you all back.
Alright. So that was our first mission that we actually had to do.
Complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Thank you, Space Mama. I appreciate you saying that I did a nice job. I don't feel completely like garbage right now, but even though I talked about Pokemon for the majority of this stream, I'm sorry, I've got it on the brain. It's on my mind. There we go. Our Umbral Forma, and now...
All that remains is what is necessary.
And what is necessary is one last thing.
Let's get back to it.
Let's go get that fancy ass spacesuit. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna see if we can get into... Yes! Okay, cool. So somebody else is running this mission, so I don't need anybody to run this mission with. Just can't be from Heart Gold Soul Silver, that's all. That stings a little bit, but I mean, if it's something that I won't ever have to question, or something that, like, or just something that, like, I can bank on, like, it'd be like, if anything ever gets, like, heavily scrutinized, or anything like that, these will always make it through. Like, oh shit. I still want to shoot! Papa! Let me shoot them. This thing got a big old gun. Whoa.
Successful. Sending full awakening.
Oh,
5, 4,
this is
2, 1, 0. Engage.
this is Hydroid's new form.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow channel operative
Here we
raids
go.
the ship for supplies.
Hell yeah.
Ready?
Woo!
Trigger the alarm.
Well,
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on.
I'm running shit so clean esports players could use them in tournaments. Oh shit. And you're saying that, like, this is including, like, shinies, basically?
Tenno has fallen. Revive them. Get ready for a capsule.
Yeah. Yeah, like, now that you're mentioning it, like, having the actual, like, Game Boy symbol
I've delivered
and being able to say that it's, like, from the good old days, that is kind of a cool, that is kind of a cool concept to me. So, I mean, if you want to set a brother up, then I can tell you off stream what it is. I'm pretty sure you already know, like, what it would be. It would only be 3. Well, I have to be fair, like 4. Because there's been one Pokemon I've been thinking a lot more about lately, and how, like, it would be cool to have it specifically from the old days, because back in the old days, I had a special Scizor that was traded to me by a buddy that was level 100. Oh no, it's not unknown, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. But yeah, like,
I've delivered another life support capsule.
come on. I'm assuming that, like, Gen 2 stuff doesn't actually have any record of any kind of ribbons or anything like that. Because, I mean, like, a lot of stuff like their natures and stuff like that are decided post-transfer. You know, where those things actually exist. Come on. Let's get it.
The raid is off to a successful start. When you are ready, go to extraction.
I don't want to stop.
Tenno down. Help them.
Yeah, I gotta keep myself alive. Whoa, God! $210. That dude better not be running for the exit, I swear to God. Ooh, running out of energy. What about you, Asher? You got any special genned mons that mean a little bit more to you than others? Let's see. Ooh, we are getting down to it. Uh-oh. Gotta go back a little bit, see if I can find some energy.
A fallen Tenno needs your help.
Oh, shit. I'm doing so many things, it's not even funny. Oh, shit. Ooh, come on. $270. You're omnitasking. Watching a stream, Diablo 3 hosting a lobby, watching a Discord, and doing ERP with a girl. Whoa! Man, you're jacked in and jacking off to the Matrix.
A fallen Tenno needs your help.
Oh shit.
The more successful we will be.
Ooh, God.
When you need it, extraction is ready.
290. I've done more too. Man, I'm hoping to get that energy back with this medication. And by the way, again, I'm just going to mention this to anybody who will listen. Capsule versus tablet can make a difference. Because, like, what I was taking before was a 24-hour, like, slow release capsule. There we go. We got it. And what I was taking that made me feel the way I do, or the way I have been this past, like, month and a half, is a tablet. And the way that that's different, Jesus Christ, I forgot that I still got this going on. The way that that's different is that I believe it is that just that the tablet just straight up just goes into your system. And that's it. Meanwhile, with a capsule, even if it's not like a 24-hour slow release, it is still going into your system at a slower rate than a tablet. So, if you think that your medication may be bothering you, like, and you're taking a tablet, maybe try a capsule. It could actually make a difference. Like, in 2 days, I'm feeling much better. And you're messaging two of your homies, too. You gotta make sure that you pay attention to which window you're typing in, Asher. Don't accidentally type to your bros, man, I want to suck them titties. And then, like, they're just like, what the fuck, man? And they're just like, sorry, wrong chat. all on 35 minutes of sleep. And how many cups of coffee or cans of Monster? I think that's the one factor that we don't have counted in. Just one cup of coffee over 9 hours ago. You are an impressive piece of work, but last time I checked, you are younger than me, so therefore you have more natural energy than I do. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Another job well executed.
Because, like, somebody at my work, like, I get that I'm in my 30s and everything like that, but whenever I was describing what was going on with me, like, at work, one girl who's, like, trying to get into, like, taking all kinds of vitamins and stuff like that, and she misinterpreted what my problem was. It's like, oh, we all just run out of energy. It's like, no. Energy is not the problem. I could still stay up till like 10 or 11. It's just, there are some times when either I would not want to do anything like this, or I would just lay in bed and not want to do anything in the most negative a way possible. For a long time used to Jesus. And there we are.
Some are born to greatness. Some have greatness thrust upon them. The rest of
And
us,
some
we just have to work at it.
and some of us are just great. It's done. It's done. I need to check out something. Yeah, this is only the second Nightwave that I've fully completed. Nora's Mix Volume 2 I completed. And then the original like concept, Nora's Choice, was one that I got to 29 on. But yeah, second one. And I gotta say,
Get back to it.
the rewards are really good. I cannot see how they're going to top what just came out of this. But I do want to see, though, if maybe we can use the arms of the transferred suit with what we got. I'm just curious. We may not be able to. I don't know. Where is it? That's it. Not really. Actually, what is the neck piece? What does the hood look like without? Oh man, that's disappointing too. Well, I mean, we got it. We can say that now. I'm a hoarder and a collector, even if I'm not gonna use it. I don't know, maybe I could find... Like, maybe one day when I'm really curious, I could probably find a good way to incorporate some of those pieces, but the thing about it is that I like pants, and these ain't pants. Like, that's all I'll say about it. But yeah, we did it. So now what? I'm gonna, like, I think this is a good way to just at least start things. I'm not gonna lie, I am waning a little bit, but, I thought it was important to kind of come on here and do something. Because, like, as much as I want the medication to do everything, I need to actually make an effort as well if I'm gonna get back into doing this fairly regularly.
Doing everything wrong.
So I'm gonna double check this real quick. Somebody like my video on the TikTok. Let's see. Oh, jeez. Man, Asher just living the ERP dream. That's all that is. Wait a minute. When does Barrow come back? Okay, so not too long from now, and I got some stuff I could trade in case he brings anything worth a shit. Well, I mean, it's in your user for Discord, Asher. So I mean, I'd be a little disappointed if you didn't live up to your title. Let's take a look here. Did they finally do it? Nah. I forgot if I took a look at this or not. But I remember now what it was is it was a pack of 3 Forma. Which, to be honest, that's not even that bad. Because, I mean, you're always gonna need a Forma for a build. Actually, that's right. I did use a pretty good bit of them not too long ago on pets, actually, to give them some of the bond mods and stuff like that. Some of them I was a little surprised at that could use certain ones and that couldn't use others. But it is kind of nice to have a little bit more to pets, because for the longest time they just, like, it was pretty much like you were running one pet or you were reviving your pet way too often. Although I will admit with mine, I had mine set up to where if I wanted him alive, I could keep him alive. But now he's much more difficult to get down, even more so than before. And I think his bond mod that allows me to get combo counter is perfect for me because I do love melee. I'm a melee whore. But it all works super well. Like, I think that's one of the most underrated ones. I mean, it's simple, it works. You don't have to meet a certain threshold. It just works. So, actually, I wonder too who's on here. Oh, and there it is. A little bit of the tiredness. But as I get used to this, my overall time being on here will become longer and longer and longer. As far as games go, though, right now, I gotta be honest with you, like, I don't really know. Part of me wants to go and do some Baldur's Gate here at some point because I think it's been long enough to where I can do Baldur's Gate again and not remember certain bits. Let's see. I mean, Warframe's gonna be getting a big story DLC next week. Let's see. Oh man, what's in it? Well, yeah, because you're talking about your ERP escapades. Escapades. Pokemon is definitely going to come back. I have a few ideas of things that I want to do, but they all involve different playthroughs, and part of me doesn't want to run too many at once. I know, Asher, because you're just walking around like Buff the Stuffed Bagwell with a big ass top hat on, sweaty, oily muscles, and sunglasses on, being like, "Oh yeah, about to do things." I don't remember what Buff Bagwell's like lines were or what made him like. He's got that stuff. That's why they call him Buff the Stuffed Bagwell. And, like, you know what? And that's another thing, too, is that you're Buff the Stuffed Bagwell. You're not Mike Awesome, the fat chick thriller. You ain't that. Nuh-uh. Buff the Stuff. Because you got almost too much stuff in them britches. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just so weird right now. Like, there's nothing super new that I really want to get into or that really interests me. Like, the next thing that's on my radar that I like, that's upcoming, that I want to do, that I know the date of, is the next Pokemon Scarlet Violet DLC. Because I am interested in it because of one key thing. Of course you did, Asher. God, if only we were all just a little bit more degenerate, and then we might be able to have some goddamn fun in our lives. But I'm interested in the next DLC for Scarlet and Violet because of one reason in particular. it was made to be played, and I'm pretty sure it's only accessible post-game. So that could be very, very interesting. I think one thing that would be very, very cool if one day they did this, I don't know if it's going to be this time or not, but I would love for a Pokemon game to give us some kind of challenge that puts us up against, like, just through the course of the game, like, level, like, 100 or so trainers, or just, like, even level 90 trainers, because I think the highest level Pokemon that any trainer has possessed, like, what is it, like, 88? I think it is. And I'm not sure, like, was it Red's Pikachu, or was it, like, something from Cynthia? Or it could have been something from the Black 2, White 2 challenge run. But I know that, like, they've never had a trainer in-game through AI that's level 90 or above. I know that much. And I think that would be a really cool thing to see. Like, will it happen this time? For some reason, I doubt it. But if they're making this a post-game thing, I mean, they gotta have the fact that we're already leveled up so high in mind. Maybe we will see it. That would be cool. But I will say, before I get off, only happened like 3 times in fairness. Yeah, so there's not like a whole ass like bridge of a campaign that takes you like from 80 to 90 plus. I don't think. Like it's just 3 random trainers. And it's probably trainers that you don't have to fight. I mean, technically the DLC, you don't even have to do it, but I mean, it's part of a quote-unquote campaign. But, I meant to think before. Ah, jeez. Ah! You degenerate. But I do want to mention something, though, that I think would be pretty cool. And Pokemon Company's gonna do what Pokemon Company's gonna do. Game Freak's gonna do what it's gonna do. It doesn't have to do anything new because it's not losing any money. But I think Blizzard kind of showed the gaming industry a little bit that it can take fan concepts and implement them into gameplay. I'm not going to say Blizzard's great or anything like that. I just think that this was cool whenever I first heard about it. I'm not sure if it's quite as good as the fan-made version. But, WoW Hardcore. They just put it in classic WoW. So, what I'm getting at is that in a world where Pokemon actually is looking for ways to spice up the formula, it would be cool to see them adopt some player concepts. They don't even have to take their names or anything like that, but to see them do like to see him do like some kind of like Nuzlocke run kind of thing, or just something as simple as like bring back like hard mode from black 2 white 2. It'd be pretty cool to see that. But like, could you imagine running a Nuzlocke that's enforced by the game? That would be kind of like, that would be interesting to see how they would do it. Or like if they would have like options, variations, stuff like that. But I think that's gonna do it for me for the evening. Asher, if you wanna talk about some possible genin and stuff like that, let me know. I already know exactly what I would pick from Gen 2. For the record, it's simple. Shiny Entei. Let's see. Totodile, Togepi, and a Scizor, all at the lowest possible levels. Pokemon Company considers Nuzlocke's hacking, so it'll never happen. Well, they're kind of dumb in a way, because I mean, you don't have to hack you don't have to hack anything in order to actually do like a Nuzlocke run. In fact, I don't think you even do that to begin with to do a Nuzlocke run. You just kind of enforce it on your own. You hacked our game by doing stuff that's in the game and not having any outside interference. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be on at least 2 more nights this week. And I'm going to try to keep on upping the amount of time that I stay on. Oh! World of Warcraft may be coming back on the channel because Milk Chocolate has actually gotten back into World of Warcraft, and he likes the changes. And that is a whole other can of worms that I will get into whenever we play together, which those streams will probably happen on the weekend if they happen, because he's more free on the weekend and I have the day wide open on the weekend, so we could better coordinate something. But anyway, it was good to get back on here, talk a bit, kind of know where I stand as far as like my energy levels and everything like that. I'd say that it's getting better. It is, but we'll see tomorrow and the days to come. I was talking to my dad about it, and he was saying honestly, like a week is probably going to be what it is until I really start to notice any significant changes. But I have to say today's a good step. And thank you, Asher, for hanging out with me, giving me somebody to bounce off of in this entire thing, because that was something else that definitely needed to be able to see too, is that if I could actively talk and communicate if somebody was talking. So this was a good exercise to figure out like if I'm getting back into it, and to be honest, I think so. But yeah, I will see you and the VOD gang on the next stream. Peace out.